Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to guide you through chair yoga. We will practice together for 30 minutes. So just a reminder to listen to your body through the class today. If any stretches aren't working for you, you can always skip them, come out and modify. And the thing that I love the most about this class today is that we will be working with stretches that you can easily incorporate into your workday. So if you are at the computer and your neck is feeling a bit fatigued or the wrists are a little tired, you can think back to the class that we did today and just gently incorporate those stretches into the day. So as we start, I'd love to start with a little centering just to give us time to drop into our body and our breath and the present moment. So to start, you will want to scoot to the edge of your seat, and this will just help you to elongate your spine. So sometimes when we're sitting back into our chair, we're rounding our spine a bit. So this will help to lengthen the spine, help to engage the core. And let's just take a couple moments here to close the eyes. And we'll practice a little bit of mindfulness as we start today. So just simply noticing your connection to the ground. So we'll just feel our feet grounded and planted. We'll feel our heels in line with our knees in line with our hips. And feel that the shoulders are over the hips. We just don't want to be leaning forward or back too much. And then create a little sensation of engaging your core. So we'll feel our tailbone tuck, feel the navel move back and up to the spine slightly. And create a long line that flows through your spine. So lengthen the back of your neck, reach and stretch through the crown of the head. And then just as you bring your awareness to your physical body, turn your awareness to your physical environment. Notice the temperature of the air, or notice if it feels warm, if it feels cool. Maybe it feels the perfect temperature for you. Notice if you hear any sounds. There may be sounds in the space that you're in, maybe sounds of the world moving outside of the space that you're in. And then as you breathe through your nose, noticing if there's any fragrance in the air. Maybe if the windows are open, you can smell fresh air flowing in. Give yourself a moment to set an intention for your practice today. And your intention could be anything that you would like it to be. It could be that you want to give yourself this time to recharge your batteries, to refresh yourself, give yourself some self-care. It could be that you are experiencing some discomfort in an area of your body and you would like to release that. Let's start by taking a full breath in. We are going to draw our hands together into prayer. And then take your hands at your heart as you exhale. Take a full breath in. Let's reach and stretch our hands up. And release. And let's go 3 more times with the breath here. As you take your hands at the heart, let's begin to circle in the other direction. So we'll take our fingertips up. We'll move the arms out and around. Great. So let's begin to extend our hands up to the sky. And let's take our right hand and reach for your left wrist. Take a full breath to lengthen, and let's draw our hands off towards the right. So this will bring us into a lateral stretch for our spine. So we're just going to try to create this long line that moves from our left sitting bone to the left fingertips. Come on back to center. Let's take a nice breath here to realign. Change up the grip in the hands, left hand for your right wrist. Lengthen and release to the left. Rolling that right shoulder back, left shoulder under. Feel that the heart is shining to the sky. Let's bring ourselves back on through to center. We'll take our hands at the heart space as you exhale. Draw your chin to your chest as you breathe out. So we are going to round through our back. Let your heart float forward and let your shoulders relax away from your ears. Chin to your chest on the exhale. Let's round through the back body. And heart floats forward, shoulders relax. And moving with the breath here for a moment. Lengthen as you inhale. Lengthen as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from your ears. We'll create a little space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on your exhale, really round your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Let's bring ourselves to a neutral spine, hands to the sky, full breath in. Release your hands to the right as you exhale. And let's bring those hands back on up to the sky. Nice full breath in. Reach up, stretch up, and release to the left. We are just going to go side to side here. So full breath in, reach up, stretch up, and release. Try to lengthen a bit more, reach and stretch up, and release. And let's pause this time. So hands to the sky, full breath in, release to the right or the left, whichever side you're on. And lengthen your spine here. So with your in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. On your out-breath, let your twist deepen. Hands to the sky, let's breathe here. Hands to the opposite side on exhale. Try to gaze off that back shoulder and just notice if that helps you move a little deeper into your twist. Fantastic. Let's bring ourselves back on through to center. Hands will sweep to the sky, breathe in. Hands at your heart, breathe out. Let's bring our hands on up. This time, let's take our hands in line with our shoulders. Reach and stretch up with your right fingertips. Create a little slack on your left side. Come back to center. Let's reach and stretch up with our left. Great. Back to center. And side to side here. So each time, try to reach and stretch up and out of your waist a little bit more. Back on through to neutral. Relax your hands down as you exhale. Let's take our shoulders to our ears. We're going to hold it here. Create a little tension. So we're just going to create some tension here. Do a shoulder shrug. And then let your shoulders relax. Take your shoulders to your ears. Tense, tense, tense. And release. Let's go 3 more times with your breath here. Tense, tense, tense. Let that go. As the shoulders relax, put your hands onto your shoulders. Let your elbows come forward, draw them up, take them back, relax them down. Breathe in. Let's take those elbows up, back, and down. And let's go 3 more times here. Letting your hands relax down when you're ready. Let's take a moment here to drop your chin to your chest, lengthen the back of your neck. And then gently draw your head back. We're going to just float our gaze right on up to the sky. And then chin to your chest, gently relax your head down. Gaze floats to the sky, breathe here. And release. And let's go forward and back one more time. And that feels complete. Right ear to right shoulder. Neutral, left to left. Side to side. Back on through to neutral. Let's take that gaze off the right shoulder. So we'll take that nice full breath here to lengthen. Come back to center. Let's lengthen here. Release off towards the left. And we're just going to bring ourselves side to side here, lengthening with your breath. And this is a wonderful flow for your neck. So just bringing that circulation, blood flowing. I know that a little sensitive neck is a very common complaint. So this will just release that tension. As you take stillness here, let's begin to circle the head out a bit. Maybe imagine that there's a clock in front of you and you want to run your nose through the numbers in the clock. Circle in the other direction. We'll reverse that movement. Release. We're going to come to stillness here. Let's take a moment to bring our legs out nice and wide. So for this one, you may want to sit towards the edge of your seat as much as you can. We'll take our knees as far from one another as we can and try to have your toes pointing in the same direction as your knees. So we want our knees to be nice and safe here. Let's bring our right arm on our right leg. We're going to float that left arm up and over. Bring yourself into a side stretch. And pausing here, let's try to breathe so deeply that we could make a little space in between the ribs. So we give those intercostal muscles a nice little stretch. Come back on through to center. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Left arm to left leg, right arm up and over. And breathing here, try to feel this nice length from your right fingertips right down to your right hip joints. Float yourself back onto the center. We're going to take our arms up into 90-degree angle here. Take your right elbow to your right knee. Core engages. Bring yourself to center. Left to left. So we're going to work our core a little bit here. We're going to take some side crunches. And as we do this, try to keep your spine as straight as you can. Try to keep all of those muscles in the core working. And we want to create a little bit of a sensation of tucking the tailbone. So try to feel your navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. Come back on through the neutral. Let's take a nice full breath here and we'll try for some twist crunches. So try to take your right elbow to your left leg or your left knee. Back on through the center. Let's take left to right, twist, and reset. We're going to just flow with our breath here for a moment. Good. Let's come back on through to neutral. We'll bring our hands back on through to goddess. Hands can relax down onto the legs. Again, we're going to draw those knees as far from one another as possible, and then bringing ourselves down to a fold. So you may want to have your hands under your legs, hinge at your hips, come on down. And if it's feeling accessible and you want to reach down for the ground, you can do that as well. And this will be a wonderful hip stretch. So good for the legs, get into the backs of the legs. Also really great for your low back, giving you that nice low back opening and stretch. Let's begin to release from here. We're going to float ourselves up. So let your core engage, hands onto the legs. Windshield wipe your knees to the right and the left. So we're just going to do a little shift here from side to side. Good. Back up through the center. Take your feet in line with your hips. grab onto the back of your chair. So we have our seat here. We're just going to try to grab onto the seat of the chair and working with the back bend. So begin to press your chest forward. You may want to hold on to the back of the chair as you press the chest forward. And we are going to breathe into a back bend for our low back, mid back, and upper back. For your head, you could gently drop your head down, just gaze down the front of your body. You can also look up to the sky if you wanted, and try to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Let's begin to release that one. We are going to take some shoulder rolls here. Breathe in and breathe out. Great. And from here, let's line up our body. We'll have our heels in line with knees, knees in line with hips, and then shoulders over hips. Gentle support to the back of your head. And we are going to try some seated crunches here. So engage your core, feel your tailbone tuck, feel your navel move back and up to the spine slightly. We're going to do a little bit of a round. So maybe even try to bring your elbows down to your knees and then float yourself up to neutral. Core engages. Let's take it down and rise. Flow with your breath here. So try to keep your core engaged the whole time. So we really want to make sure that we are supporting our low back. And to do that, we keep our core engaged. And as you come on up, let's try some crunches. We'll do twists here. So we're going to take our left elbow for our right knee. We'll reset to neutral. We'll take right for left, give a little twist and reset. And let's bring ourselves side to side here. And begin to release that one. Let's come on up to stand. We'll try some standing poses. And as you come on up to stand, feel free to shake out those legs, shake out those wrists, try to let go of any tension here. Great. Let's work with a balance pose to start. So feel free to grab your chair. If you'd like to have your hand on the chair for support, you can also grab onto the wall if that's needed. Let's work with a pose called Dancing Shiva. So for this one, right knee can come to your chest if you need to hold onto your chair. Left hand can hold onto your chair. The other option is to interlock your fingers and reach for the front of your knee. And we can hang out here. There's an option to take your right knee off towards the right if you would like. It's going to bring you into an inner leg stretch. You can take your left hand to the left, maybe bring your index and your thumb to touch for a mudra, called the Sarchin Mudra, Yana Mudra. You can let yourself float to center, take your knee to your chest. Let's bring our right knee off towards the left. We're going to twist here. Right hand can move to the right. You can gaze off your right fingertips. Breathe in, breathe out. And release. Let's float that knee back on through the center. Take it right into your chest and into your stomach. Float your foot down, feet wider than hips. Let's bring it side to side. Empty coat sleeves. And back on through to neutral. Let's take our feet in line with our hips. Left knee floats up and into the chest and into the stomach. Hanging out here, maybe left knee to the left. Right hand to the right. Breathing and twisting left to right. Gaze off those left fingertips. Full breath in, full breath out. And release. Let's float that knee to our chest, hug it in, and let it go. Let's shake it out here. We're going to shake out our wrists and shake out our feet. Great. Let's bring our hands to the sky, full breath in. Right hand for your left wrist and cross your legs. Take your left foot to the right. Lengthen and release your hands off towards the right. So we want to feel that that right hip is pressing to the right, just moving us a little deeper into the lateral stretch for our spine. And then back on through to neutral, changing up the grip in the hands, but keeping the legs just how they are. Let's release to the left. And release. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Hands release, feet reset. And we're just going to try that one on the other side. Hands up. We're going to take our left hand for our right wrist. We'll take our right foot to the left. Lengthen and release to the left. Grounding in your feet. Breathing in and breathing out. Back on through to neutral. Change up the grip in the hands and reset to the other side. And release. Let's bring ourselves back on through to center. Release on the arms, reset on our legs, feet a little wider than hips, arms side to side. Empty coat sleeve stretch. Great. As you come into stillness here, let's try a standing pigeon stretch. So for this one, if you need that chair, grab onto it. We are going to take our right leg up and over. Create a figure 4 stretch here. Maybe hands on your hips. Begin to bend into your left knee and gently drop your hips back and down. You can flex your right foot. Encourage your right knee down a little bit. Give yourself that stretch into your hip joint, into your low back. Check in with yourself. Make sure that you're breathing here. Super easy to hold your breath. So we want to breathe in and breathe out deeply. And release. We're going to do a reset on our feet, grounding firmly into your feet. Left leg up and over, figure 4. Hips drop back and down when you're ready. Left leg up and over. So you can flex your left foot. That will just help to activate some different muscles in your legs. Work the knees a little bit more as well. And you can also press this left knee down if you wanted. You could use your hand to press it down or just energetically pressing it down, and that will just activate some different muscles in the leg as well. Try to draw your weight back into your right heel. Let those right toes be a little bit lighter. And release it. Let's foot our foot down. We are going to take our feet nice and wide, arms out into T. Sweep the arms out to the sides of the room and release. And we're just going to switch the arms. So one time right arm is on top, one time left arm is on top. And you can let the arms slap on the body a little bit. You can give a little bit of a massage. Good. Let's bring ourselves to stillness here. We're going to take our feet in line with our hips. Hips come back and down for chair pose. We'll imagine that we are sitting into a chair and we are going to draw the weight back into our heels. Let your toes be light. Make sure that your knees aren't moving too far forward here. Hands can reach to the sky if you'd like a little more shoulder stretch. And breathe. So try to breathe deeply into your stomach, ribs, and chest. And release from your chest, ribs, and your stomach. Let's bring ourselves on up to stand. Hands can relax down. Fingers will interlock behind your body. We'll take our palms to touch. So this one, you're going to take your palms to touch. Fingers are interlocking. And maybe imagine that there is a pencil between the shoulder blades. Take a full breath here to lengthen. Fold yourself down as you exhale. So maybe the arms are along your back. And maybe you're releasing your arms away from your back body. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders and just noticing if that helps you move a little deeper into the shoulder stretch. And release. Let's bring our hands onto our low back. Hands can float down towards the mat. We are going to gently roll on up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Let's take our shoulders up, we'll relax them back and take them down. Great. Let's take a moment to do a stretch with our chair. So we are going to want to be able to access the seat of our chair. And we're going to try a really nice open twist. So for this one, square yourself up to your chair. Take your hands to the sky, breathe in. We're going to fold ourselves down, breathe out. Take a deep bend in your right knee. Let's plant that right hand down, and we'll take our left hand to the sky as you exhale. So hand to the sky, maybe wrap your arm around your low back, maybe reach for the other hip crease and take a half light here. With your in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. On your out-breath, let your twist deepen. We're going to float ourselves back on through to neutral, reset back into a fold. Left knee bends, left hand plants. Let's take that right hand up on the exhale. Hand to the sky, maybe half bind here. So this gives us a wonderful twist. We also get a really nice IT band stretch as well. And release. Let's bring ourselves back on through to neutral. Gently relaxing your hands down. Take a bend in your knees if you'd like. We are going to lower the stomach down. Lift up through your heart. Tailbone will lower and crown of your head will lower. And flow through cat and dog stretch for a moment. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from your ears. We'll create some space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. On the exhale, round your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Bring yourself to a neutral spine here. We are going to lower our stomach down, lift up through the heart. Little bit of a rounding of the spine. We'll come on up to stand, breathe in. Hands at your heart space, breathe out. Let's take our hands together. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch and circle out through the wrists here. Maybe find large circles or smaller circles. And circle in the other direction. And release. Let's shake it out a little bit. Shake out any tension that we're holding onto in the wrists. Fantastic. Let's bring ourselves back to seated. I'll just take that nice, comfortable seated position, how we started our time together today. And so taking that moment to be intentional about our posture. So we'll have our feet planted, have your toes and your heels in one line, heels, knees in one line, knees, hips in one line. Take 3 shoulder rolls here. Shoulders up, back, and down. Full breath in. Let's draw the shoulders up, back, and down. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. And just letting your eyes close here for a moment. Simply observe in this moment. Notice how you feel. Feel your mind relaxed, calm, at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. If you came to class with tension, just feeling how that has released with breath and mindfulness and movement. Allowing for the eyes to open when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining today. Hope everyone's feeling a little bit better. Have a great day today, and I look forward to seeing you next class. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Have a great weekend.